everyone, welcome to Momma from Scratch. My name is Emily, and today I'm going to be sharing with you 10 high-end Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs. We're getting to look for less. I've got lots of inspiration from the box stores, and we're going to be using Dollar Tree products and making them look so high-end and for a fraction of the price so that you can decorate your home on a budget this season. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and get lots of ideas from it. Give it a thumbs up if you do and share it with your friends. And I want to say a big thank you to Bonder for sponsoring today's video and also doing a giveaway with me for you guys. So I'll tell you more about them later on in the video. So with that, let's go ahead and get started with these beautiful Christmas DIYs. For this DIY, you're going to want these little glittered balls, and then this round piece is actually a mirror from Dollar Tree. I was trying to make something else a couple months back and it didn't end up working, so I just saved it. You can find this in the picture aisle, and all I did was pop out the mirror and then spray paint it gold. You could do whatever color you would like for it though. And these glittered balls are perfect. I found them in the ornament area, and they're like made of styrofoam or something, but all the colors are really soft and beautiful. There's a really soft gold, and then like a champagne gold color as well, or silver, and then you have the red, and I just intermixed them. These are all different sizes, and just continue to glue those all the way around. You could leave it just like this and put a string on it to hang it if you wanted to. There's actually a little hook on the back, which is perfect if you wanted to hang it on your wall, but I wanted to jazz it up just a little bit, so I took the new what are these called? Ornaments that Dollar Tree carries, the little wood ones, and I was doing it with gold, and I thought it'd be pretty with some glitter, but this gold glitter was way too bright compared to the other one, so I just went outside and spray painted it, and it ended up looking really good with the gold paint. And then I'm just going to glue it onto the front, and it's super easy. You can add more to this or not, but I really like it. You can hang it from the tree or just use it in general on the wall. I really think it's cute though. For this DIY, you're going to want the floral tree ties. They have a lot of these. Pick them up because they're really useful for various DIYs. And since they are wired, I'm just going to start shaping them into letters. You can spell it whatever you would like. If one of the sprigs isn't long enough, just use your glue gun and cut it off at the proper length that you want. So I'm going to continue doing this for a couple of my letters. Now that I got all my letters together, I'm just going to use some of the twine that Dollar Tree carries. They have different styles that you can choose from. And I just made it a little bit longer, that way I can connect it onto the wall. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on each spot on the letters. You can do this at the top of the letters or the middle. I decided to do the middle because I wanted to jazz it up a little bit and use those little foam balls again, the glittered ornaments. And so I'm just making sure everything is level, and then just put something on the side. It'll help keep the string taut as you're gluing everything down. So my glue gun is actually by Bonder, and I've been using it for months now, and I absolutely love it. It is actually a cordless mini hot glue gun with a detailed tip, which is perfect for projects like this, and I use it for all my other projects as well. I have a couple different size glue guns, but this one I use the most. And so you can see how it looks here. Most of the time it's off the camera, it's always plugged in, but when I'm working on a project, it'll hold its temp for 2 minutes, so all I have to do is just put it back on when I'm not using it. And my full-size glue gun is the same way. I like having cordless because it's just easier and it's just a game changer. If you haven't gotten one, you need to. They have a variety of glue guns for you to choose from to meet whatever needs you have, whether you're a crafter like I am or you're running a business. Bonder has so much to choose from. They actually have a glue skillet, which is something I want to get because it's completely hands-free as well. You can just dip your products in. But the most glue sticks that I use are usually the clear and then the fabric ones, but you can see they have a variety of those as well. Go to their site, you'll have endless options to choose from, and their customer service is amazing, and I'm really thankful to be partnering with them. especially when it's a tool that I use all the time. I am really excited to tell you as well that we're actually doing a giveaway together. We're giving away 2 cordless glue guns, the mini and the full size, along with some glue sticks. So be sure to check the description box below so you guys can get your very own glue gun and also enter the giveaway as well. Super excited to be able to give back to you guys with Surebonder. For the next DIY, we're going to be using this triangle little picture frame. I'm going to pluck off the little picture on the top, and you're also going to want to remove the backing as well. And then fold down those little ties there. You can pick them off if you want to, and you can paint this whatever color you want it to. I ended up just finishing off with the black to cover up the ripped off lion there. Now I'm going to go in with my ornaments, and these are from Dollar Tree, and as well as some twine, and you're going to take that piece of twine and just pull it apart. There's usually like 6 or 7 little strips of twine in there. I'm going to glue it on the inside of my ornament. That way it will act as a little hanger for it. I'm going to do that to all 3 of them, and then I'm going to figure out the position that I want them to hang off of this. And you can use whatever color ornaments, of course. And so I'm just going to kind of stagger them and just adding a little bit of glue and then folding the ties onto each other. And then you can add a little bit of glue just on the top of that, pressing that down. Be careful you don't burn yourself. And then you're going to cut that off. And then I added these little cubes that I painted black just to help balance it out, because with the ornaments it tends to want to fall over. And this is the way it turned out, and it's super cute and so simple. You can customize it, and I thought I would give it a little twist on this one, so I'm using this paint along with the wood ornaments that they're carrying from Dollar Tree now, and I love them. Last year they had a couple different ones, and they still have those, but this year they came out with even more, and I love the variety that they have. You can paint this whatever color. I like that hunter green color. I thought it was really pretty. And then I am just going to let that dry, and I'm going to add that string to tie it off. And then I actually ended up gluing it onto the frame just like I did the last one, which I had painted this frame white. I sanded it down, painted it white, and then added some Waverly wax paint to it just to kind of make it look like aged wood. And then I'm taking this little floral tie, I bent that in half, and then took a little mini pine cone, glued that on top, and then I'm taking a little bow that's actually from Walmart. They sold them in a pack last year and I had them left over, and I'm just going to glue that to the back. And then I ended up gluing a ornament onto the back of the green part because it bled through a little bit, and this is the way it turned out, and I love it. It's so cute. For this DIY, you're going to want 6 of these Christmas picks. I have 3 that are shiny and 3 that are glittered, and you're going to want the wreath holder, the wired one that they carry. They actually have 2 different sizes. I think they have 14 and 18 now, so use whichever size. This is the 18 and it worked great. And I'm just going to fold those on. There's no gluing on this at all. You're just going to slide those picks in, and I'm alternating between glittered, then shiny, and then glittered, and you'll work yourself all the way around the wreath. You will notice that there is a couple little blank spots on it. Don't worry, you just need to fluff your picks. And then I also went in with those floral ties, and you're going to add those to any of the blank spots that just need a little filling, and it covers up everything perfectly. So basically for $8 you have this absolutely gorgeous wreath. And again, you can figure out what color scheme you want to go with. They have so many different picks to choose from, and it's so easy. There's not any gluing or anything with this, and I love how easy this is. So hopefully you guys can recreate this. I love the way it looks. It's so beautiful. So new Dollar Tree Christmas find are these signs. They have a peace and Mary this year, and they're made of MDF, and I love the size of them. They're really nice, and so I'm just going to paint mine white. You can spray paint yours whatever color you want, or do the hand painting like I am, but whatever you do, just let it dry once you're done. And then I'm going to go in with these really pretty gems that I found in the Crafter's Square. They're really pretty. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do with them, and then I thought they would go perfect on this. So I'm just alternating between the black and then like the rose gold color that they have on there. Now you can apply these however you want. I thought it was nice to just kind of define each of the letters and highlight them a little bit. And then I ended up leaving the string on the back, which you will need to add a little bit more to. And then you're just going to either tie this to the wreath holder itself, or you can glue it on by wrapping it on. But this is the way it turned out. So you can do either way for the wreath, and I just think it's stunning. It's so beautiful. So for this DIY, you're going to need a couple different supplies. I usually use my Waverly antiquing wax, but I ran out and the stores don't have any right now. So I got this from Joann's and I was really happy with the coverage of it. It works the same way. So if you can't find the Waverly antiquing wax, use this one. It's the folk art one and I really like it. So I just like to rub it on with a brush, and then I take like a paper towel and then you're going to wipe it off, and it rubs it into the grain better, and you get a nice stained look without the smell of stain, and it dries really quick, and I really like the way it works. And you can use a square Christmas sign for this, or you can use any leftover sign. I'm using this one from summer, and it fits perfect with the calendar that they carry. The size is awesome. So I just took some regular glue. You can use Mod Podge for this, and you're going to spread that on and then brush it out, and that way you get a nice coverage. And I ended up painting my sign black, because if you paint it white, as you can see, I already stuck it on, you could still see the numbers on the back, and I didn't like that. So by painting it black, you eliminate seeing the numbers on the back of the picture, so then it doesn't look like a calendar, it actually looks like a piece of art. Now you can use Jenga blocks for this, but I like the wood pieces. This is just leftover wood that I had. But you can also pick up a 1x8 at Home Depot for $1.68, and it's really easy. Just cut it in half and you can customize your signs for super cheap, cheaper than Dollar Tree, and it looks really nice and finished. So to jazz this up a little bit more, I wanted to add some of those little foam balls again to it, and I'm just trying to use what I have on hand. You could use a floral sprig, but I thought it was already kind of florally the way the sign looked, so I just did this on each corner, and I thought it just added a little special touch for Christmas, and I really like the Christmas sign. Super easy, no painting involved either. So this I got back in summertime for a project that I never used it for, and I thought this would be perfect for today's project. So I ended up just taking some black flat spray paint, and I'm going to spray one side of this. You can do both sides if you want, but this is about 14 inches high by 18 inches wide. And then I'm going to take this Merry and Bright sign from Dollar Tree. Now you can just paint this, but I thought it'd be really pretty with the scrap paper that I got from Joann's, and so I'm just using my pencil and tracing it out, and then I went ahead and cut out everything else. It's a little time consuming, so do it best for you, but I found it much easier to cut it out first than to Mod Podge it on and then kind of break off all the pieces. I did that for fall, and I like the way this looked better. So you're going to take some glue and you're going to go all along the letters, and then you're going to brush that on so you don't have any harsh bubbles or anything like that, and then you're just going to press it on and you're done. So it looks really good. If you have a flat background, I would say just do the cutout, but since mine is ridged, I wanted the wood background on it, and plus I think it will hold up better being out on the porch and everything. So I am adding some glue to the backing of the wood piece, and then I'm just going to press that on to near the bottom of my area, because I'm going to jazz up the top of my sign here. And then I am going to take some snowflakes. Dollar Tree carries 3 different types. These are ornaments that are sold in a 2-pack. These come in a 5-pack, and then they have the wood ones. I couldn't find any more of my wood ones. I only found one from last year. So the next step was just to add a little glue, hot glue on the back, and then just glue those down where you think would be best. The next step I wanted to do was to add a bow. So all I'm doing is looping the wired ribbon over itself. There's different ways to make bows. I try to keep it as simple as possible. I just make sure I leave a tail on both ends, and then I usually do at least 2 or 3 loops. If you want bigger, you can do 4 or 5. Take a piece of twine and tie that bow nice and tight, and then you're going to just fluff out your bow. And I like using wired ribbon. This is from Walmart from last year. I'm hoping they carry more of it because I think it's really pretty. Dollar Tree of course carries some, but I just like the pattern. And then I'm just going to crease the bottom of the tails and then just cut them at an upward angle. You can go at a downward angle and it changes it, but it's really pretty. And then to cover up that little bit of twine there, you're just going to cut off a little strip, maybe about 3 or 4 inches, depending on the size of your bow. You're going to fold it in and you're just going to glue that over and then glue it onto the back so you have a nice tailored bow. And I'm taking these floral picks that Dollar Tree carries, and I thought these were really pretty with the frosted berries. It just goes perfectly with that patterned paper, and I'm just gluing those down to the sign. And then now I'm going to take my bow and I'm going to glue that down as well. And I actually jazzed it up a little bit more by adding another snowflake to the middle of the bow. Do what works for you. I just think it's so pretty. And then I could hang this up by the bamboo that's holding it, but I decided to add this to the back as a little hanger. But I absolutely love the way this Christmas sign came out. So beautiful. Now for this DIY, you're going to want 2 of these little mini trees. You can get whatever color you want. They had these kind of metallic-y ones, and I wanted white, but they didn't have it. So I went ahead and screwed off the bottom of the one, and then the other one you're actually going to leave the stand on. And I actually did this a few different times. So you add a wooden dowel to the middle, but then you don't have any fluff. And I've done this before, but with green one, and so I could add the extra floral ties. Well, green ties are not going to look good with this white metallic tree, so I ended up just scrapping that. And then I'm taking these little wood slices that Dollar Tree carries, and I'm gonna glue them around the base of the tree. I thought this would make a really cute little stand, and don't worry, we'll take care of the bottom of it here in a second. And then to actually connect the tree together, I'm actually going to, because I couldn't get the little round metal piece back open to slide it into itself, so I just took one of the floral ties right there that's on the tree, the extra part, and I wrapped it around and cinched it together and glued it, which actually works really good. So now I just took it outside and I'm spraying it with some black paint on the bottom. I'm using flat, so you can use shiny, and then I'm using metallic for the middle portion, and you have an ombre tree. I've been seeing these a lot online, and I just thought it was such an easy way to recreate it for a fraction of the cost, and of course you can customize the size of it. Okay, for this DIY you're going to need a few different objects. You're going to want a vase, you're going to want a rubber ball, and then you're going to want these foam balls and football, and then I'm using an ornament. I know, kind of odd, but I promise you it works really good. So I'm just using some of those little square blocks so I can actually stand these up. I'm just gluing them to the bottom of each of the balls here, and you're going to want a couple of them so that way when you spray them they'll work really well and they'll stay up for you. And then I went ahead and sprayed one black and then one white and then one gold. So the white one is the football, and I'm taking some of this red color and I'm going to highlight the stripes on it. This is where your creativity can come out. You can figure out what design you want, but when I saw this shape I thought this is so good for what I'm trying to make here. I've never made one of these before, and I just think it's so cool, and I hope you guys will like this project and can make one of these yourselves. Now I didn't think that the paint would actually highlight all of the grooves. To me it didn't look like there was that many, but since it did, I decided to take my paint and go along that little detail of the baseball, and then I'm just going to take my brush and flatten that out. And you're going to want to go to the toy aisle at Dollar Tree because you can find tons of different projects and objects to use for your projects there, and they had this tube confetti and it turned into a giant mess. Oh my goodness, I was just like, let's just roll with it. But it was a perfect coloring, and it's like soft. It's really weird, but it stuck perfectly. And then to get rid of that little line that goes across the middle of the ball, I added some more glue there and just added more of the confetti to it, and it worked great. So with the actual ornament, the really large one the Dollar Tree carries, I'm just adding some black polka dots to it. Again, figure out the design that you want. And then the football, I didn't like it just being red and white. I added the black stripes to it, and then I also took my glue, made a little stripe down those, and added the gold confetti. I was kind of getting obsessed with it at this point, but I really liked the way it ended up turning out. So I went ahead and took my hot glue and did that around my base, and then glued the two balls together there. And then I ended up putting the skewer into this ball, but I actually had to take it out because you need to put your football into it first. And I'm adding the baseball to the top, but I didn't like it together, so I ended up taking it off completely. So I had to kind of work with this because I wasn't sure how it was going to go. So I took these napkin rings that Dollar Tree carries, and I used that, added the beaded glue to the trim. This is where that detail glue gun comes in really handy, and I just glued those two together, and it actually worked out better to glue the ball to the other ball with that ring holder. It comes in a 4-pack. And then another mistake I made was I only had high gloss black paint left, and with the rubber ball it didn't work. So you want to make sure you prime that ball and then use like a flat paint, but because it was so sticky still, I just ended up throwing the confetti at it, and it worked great. And I love the way this project turned out. It's so pretty, and I hope you guys can make this. I love this one. So I hope you all enjoyed these high-end Christmas DIYs. Let me know which one you would like to recreate to decorate your home on a budget, or if you have a particular favorite, or if they're all a favorite, let me know down in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. I also don't forget to follow me and Surebonder on Instagram so you can be entered into the giveaway on there. All the details will be linked in the description box below. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and until next time, I'll see you soon.